Today is a Friday and it's so beautiful outside. It's been so cold and we're just outside walking around. Sean is somewhere over there. I have my coffee, iced coffee, because I drink it all winter long. But I figured this would be a good time to start filming some of my favorite hiking gear. So I'm going to be going through some of my favorite gear that I bring hiking. A lot of it actually is going to be clothing, so not necessarily gear, but just some of the things that I like to bring on a hike, and a lot of it is clothing, which I'm going to show. And one thing that I really like is being very prepared with my clothing, because you never know with weather, especially living in Alberta, which I do. Actually, I've done probably all of my hiking in Alberta so far. I think the last 3-4 months have been like the most times that I've gone hiking. So I'm gonna go through a lot of my gear. So I'm gonna start with clothing. So this is a actually an outdoor shirt, which I really like to wear underneath my jacket. It's kind of like wool, it's soft, but it would definitely keep me warm, or I could wear it as just like its base layer. So I definitely like to have something that's a little bit warmer. I also have this, which is wool. It's a merino wool sweater. Just plain, just black, but it can go under or over. Wool is definitely recommended when you go hiking. Also, a lot of this gear is what I like to wear based on like my body type. So maybe you're a little bit cooler, so you won't wear as much. But for me, I am a very generally hot person, so I like to bring a lot of layers so that I can take them off. And just to be prepared when it gets cold, because in Alberta, you never know with the weather. So definitely one thing that's nice and warm, both wool, different kinds of wool. This is merino wool, so it's really, really nice and would keep you warm. So definitely a warm sweater is number one to keep in your pack or wear to take off. One thing that I really like to wear is just a plain like undershirt. I wore this a lot for volleyball, but I've actually worn it hiking with just a t-shirt over it, and I really, really like it. It's kind of a silky material. This one's Nike, and it's just a plain undershirt. I really like this because I could wear it on its own when it's a little bit warmer and it's nice and thin, so I would stay warm but also stay a little bit cooler. So I really like having a thin undershirt. It's athletic wear, so I really like wearing that. These are my favorite pants. Move back a bit. They are Columbia. They are my favorite hiking pants. I actually just got them a few months ago and have wore them every single time I went hiking. I will also wear leggings underneath. I usually wear Lululemon leggings, depending on the weather. I went when it's really cold and I wore both, and it was totally fine. They're nice and stretchy and they're so comfortable. They're so thin and it feels like you're kind of not even wearing pants. They have this little stretchy band in them, which makes it so that you don't really have to wear a belt, and they sit really high so you don't feel like they're falling down all the time. So I definitely recommend getting an actual pair of hiking pants because they're so nice. Another thing going along with kind of the athletic gear is a nice quarter zip shirt. This could also be worn on its own. This one is Under Armour and it's my favorite. They are so breathable, but they're so nice to wear. So yeah, definitely athletic gear is number one, especially because you can wear it underneath stuff or on its own. So this is definitely one of my favorites. It's a Patagonia hoodie. And it's so warm on the inside and it's so comfortable to wear. It's so breathable. So I definitely recommend getting a Patagonia hoodie or a hoodie just kind of like this. It's such a good brand, honestly. Regular hoodies would work, but there's something about Patagonia that I really like, and I've worn it almost as well all the time, or I pack it in my backpack depending on weather. One thing that I forgot to mention about the Patagonia hoodie and the quarter zip athletic wear is one thing that's really nice is that it goes up to your neck. So if it's windy or cold, you don't have to pack a scarf. I find that it goes up to about here and keeps your neck really warm, so that's another really good benefit. One thing after you finish all of your layers is jackets. So usually I wear a winter jacket, but I didn't bring my winter jacket to show because it's actually just a team jacket that I got playing volleyball, but it's a StormTech jacket. It's a winter jacket and it's really long, so I don't prefer it hiking, but definitely a winter jacket if you're hiking in the winter. But one thing that I really like is definitely a rain type jacket. So this is the one I have. It's Eddie Bauer. I actually got this at the thrift store, but it's definitely my favorite. I think I've only hiked in it once, but I love it so much. It's so comfortable and you feel warm, and definitely a windbreaker is nice, and especially in Alberta, when I go hiking more close to home, it's so windy. So definitely a windbreaker is nice, or a rain type jacket. One thing that is really important when hiking in the snow is socks. So these are also Eddie Bauer socks. They're my favorite. They fit perfectly in my boots and they're so warm. And I find that they keep the water, yeah, you don't feel like your toes get wet is what I'm trying to say. So these are Eddie Bauer socks. They're my favorite. Love them. And definitely recommend bringing an extra pair of socks. So when I bring an extra pair of socks, I like them to be long to keep the ankles a little bit more warm instead of ankle socks. So I actually just wear regular athletic socks, regular athletic socks. I wore these playing volleyball for years, and they actually keep your feet so warm, which is kind of surprising. These ones are Nike, but any type of athletic sock would definitely work. So socks are really important. I wear at least 1 to 2 on my feet and pack like an extra 2 just in case they happen to get wet. So socks are really important. For my headgear, depending on weather, I wear a toque. This one is a toque just from Banff. I actually usually wear my Patagonia toque, which I can't find, but a toque is really important to just pack in your bag depending on weather. I bring a regular ball cap. This one's Carhartt. It's my favorite toque. Is my favorite ball cap. I wear it all the time. But definitely having a ball cap is nice to keep the sun out of your eyes. I am not a sunglasses person. I am a hat person, so definitely a ball cap I'll keep in my bag. The one I am currently wearing on my head, I got from Bass Pro Shop, and I've actually worn it hiking, I think like twice already since I got it. It was just a few months ago, and it's my favorite. It stays on my head. The whole brim keeps the sun out of your eyes. So definitely a hat like this is really nice to wear. And yeah, so hats are really important. I actually usually pack all 3 of these just depending on weather. Whether it's windy, I usually like to wear a toque, or it's sunny, I like to wear a hat. So now for shoe wear. This is kind of off topic and I don't usually wear these, but these are my Blundstones. They're really dirty. But actually these are really good hiking boots or walking boots. If you don't feel like you want to invest in something that is actually a hiking shoe, these are amazing. I got engaged in these boots, went on a hike in these boots, and got my engagement shoot done in these boots, and was also hiking. So they are definitely amazing if you don't want to feel like you have to purchase something that's strictly a hiking boot, but more of a casual walking boot and you can wear for hiking. Blundstones are definitely good if you already have them or you have wanted to buy them because they're super cute. I definitely recommend, obviously I wouldn't buy them for hiking, but if you're looking for something that you can wear all the time and bring on a hike, Blundstones are perfect. These are my hiking boots. I actually just got them for Christmas and have only worn them a few times, so that's why they look brand new. But definitely purchase a hiking boot if you plan on going all the time. It makes such a big difference when you go from wearing just like any old like athletic shoe or boot to wearing a hiking boot. These ones are Cabela's brand. They are so comfortable. I literally want to wear them just around because they're so cute and I love them so much. So I definitely recommend getting a hiking boot. These ones, definitely the bottom, you just notice such a big difference in terms of traction and walking and how much more comfortable walking actually becomes when you're hiking. So I definitely recommend getting a boot if you want to continue doing it a lot. So one thing that is not really gear, but I definitely recommend always having in your pack is a first aid kit. This one's Sean's, but he usually brings it. We actually have 2 different packs, which I'm about to show you, but I usually bring certain things in my pack and then he brings certain things in his pack, but definitely a first aid kit. You never know where you're gonna end up, what happens, so definitely a first aid kit is something that is really big. If you guys are interested, I'll show you another video on all the things that Sean has actually created on certain little camping things and things that he brings camping. Right next to me is a big tub full of stuff that he will bring camping. I didn't feel like it was necessary to show all of the stuff in that bin because a lot of it is more camping. So back to hiking, definitely a first aid kit. That's kind of a given, but you never really know. what's gonna happen, so definitely recommend bringing a first aid kit. It also gives you a little bit of ease of mind, peace of mind, that you have something in case something happens. So just basic little things, even in the first aid kit, which you can kind of show here. But yeah, and it's small enough to fit in your pack. First aid kits are definitely something that you want to make room for. They don't take up that much room, honestly. Like, this is such a good size, so first aid kit is definitely important. So my backpack, this one's Eddie Bauer. It was actually Sean's, but he got an Arc'teryx backpack, which I'll show you in a sec. And this one is so nice. It's so comfortable, and it's got like these really cool straps on it that hook out like that, which I will unhook. And it flips over just like that, and it's got so much room. It looks tiny, but I can stuff this thing so full. I am the one who usually brings the snacks, the camera, and the extra clothing, and I can fit that all in here comfortably. I love it so much. In here we actually keep tissues and these little hand and feet warmers, which is really, really handy just in case. You never know how cold it's gonna get. There's extra mitts in here. There's so many little pockets on this backpack that you can put like so much in. So yeah, the pockets are super, super nice. You can fit so much in this little one in the front here. There's like a water bottle one. Although I find with the water bottles that I bring, they don't really fit in here, but they can keep like literally so much stuff in here. It's so nice. There's also one on this side. We'll keep like a smaller water bottle or any little extra thing that we need. Another thing that we both usually have in the backpack is a knife. When you look up videos on what to pack, everyone's different for what they like to pack. It's just a preference thing. But a knife is definitely one that people say just always throw in your backpack. You never know, you could cut down trees for firewood, little branches. You can really use this for anything. So a knife is definitely important. This one's little, and it was actually Sean's. He usually brings the big ones. I never go hiking alone. I'm always with Sean, so that's why I reference him a lot in this video, and a lot of this was his, and we kind of just purchased together or anything. So this one's my backpack. It's an Eddie Bauer brand. It's so, so nice. I love it. I love the look of it too. These straps on here were actually Sean sewed on here. So this is not part of the backpack, but it's really handy to kind of have to hook anything extra on there. So this is Sean's backpack. It's a lot bigger. He fits a lot of stuff in here. He tends to bring lots of the first aid stuff, the coffee. I didn't have a thermos with me, but coffee is like an essential that we bring, but that's going to be different to you. So we always have that in here with some extra cups to drink it. A thermos is really important if you want to bring a warm drink. I find it really, really nice. At the end of our hike, we tend to drink coffee. So it's really nice to have something warm that kind of keeps you a little bit nice and toasty after you've gone for a cold walk. Obviously in the winter, this summer, it's going to be a little bit different, but this is Sean's. One thing that I think he really likes about this backpack, and it makes it look really comfortable, I've actually never worn this on a backpack, but I really, really like this one, is that you can strap it around your waist and up in the chest area, which makes it really, really comfortable for him. This is an extra little water bottle thing that we have. It keeps it off the backpack but in a case so you don't feel like it's annoying you. This is a little sit mat for when we stop. You can just lay it down on the ground. I bought this at a Mountain Warehouse store in Balzac Mall. It is Mountain Warehouse brand, but I really like the look of these, and he was obsessed with his sit mat when he got it for Christmas, and it fits perfectly on the side here. Sean is really good at constructing stuff and making it fit perfectly on the backpack. So another thing that he has that also I find really important is the wool blanket. A wool blanket is actually really nice to have, and it makes you feel a little bit more protected just in case something happens, and you can sit on it. You can use it to cover up. I have one right next to me too. We got this one from the thrift store, but we'll bring them on the pack or just in the truck. He has a lot of different things in here, but so far this is his favorite backpack. I use the small one, he brings the big one. He'll carry obviously more stuff in here, But yeah, so backpack is another really important one, I find. When you have a comfortable backpack that fits a lot of stuff, it's really, really nice because you feel like you can be prepared but comfortable when you are hiking. So in terms of gear and clothing, those are definitely my favorite types of things to bring, or my favorite brands. Yeah, so Patagonia, Arc'teryx, and Eddie Bauer are definitely my favorites and are the consistent kind of brands that we have. They're definitely my favorite. Actually, if you're looking for cheap hiking stuff to kind of just start out, I got my jacket at the thrift store. I got a lot of my wool shirts from the thrift store. A thrift store is so perfect to go because chances are you can find stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got some things to kind of start out and purchase as you start hiking. So thank you and see you next time. Bye.